Hello, I'm Selassie and welcome to the Cartels video raid guides. Today we're going to be going over Bastion of Twilight and concentrating on Valiona and Theron. When you enter the encounter, you'll notice that Theron's to the left and Valiona's to the right. You want to start by engaging Valiona on the right. In 10 man we do this with 3 heals, 6 DPS and 1 tank. Let's go over some of Valiona's abilities. Valiona casts shadow missiles on a random raid member is her first ability, so you need to be spread out 6 yards to avoid the damage from this because it will chain to anybody within a 6 yard radius. The next ability to mention, the major ability to mention, is Blackout. Now Blackout will be cast on a random raid member, and what you need to do with it is you need to stack up tight. Once you've stacked up tight you can dispel it. We're doing a Blackout now. As you see, I've got it. Now it deals 350k damage over a 6 yard radius. So the reason that we stack is so that 350k damage can be shared between the raid and it's easily healed through. The second ability, as you can see at the moment, is Devouring Flames. Devouring Flames is exactly the same ability as she does in Grim Battle, just don't be in the flames. Once Blackout's cast, you get spread back out, get in a 6 yard range, and then get close to the boss, because if she casts Devouring Flames, you want to be able to run through the boss immediately to get away from that. On the phase transition, as you can see now, she's casting Dazzling Destruction. Dazzling Destruction will form pink swirly patches on the floor, and then a missile is going to hit it. If you're on the swirly patch and a missile hits it, you'll get transported into a Twilight realm and most likely die and mess your raid up. There is a porthole in the Twilight realm. If you do get caught in it, just avoid all the obstacles in there and get out. Okay, so now we're on Valiona. When Valiona lands, you need to stack because she's going to do damage cast on someone, and that's also shared between the raid. The other ability to mention for theralion is Fabulous Flames. Fabulous Flames does these pink void zones on the ground. Now what you need to do is you need to get everyone to stack up at maximum melee range and assign a way that you're going to move. What we decided is to move clockwise, so everyone moves as a raid clockwise as soon as it's cast, so we don't have individuals dying essentially. The other ability that he'll do will be Engulfing Magic. Now Engulfing Magic, just being cast now on Vexed, Engulfing Magic will make you heal twice as much and it will make you cause twice as much damage, but anyone that you're in a radius to, it's going to deal a lot of damage. So that affected person needs to get out of the raid as quickly as possible, and as soon as the debuff's finished, get back with the groove and carry on this mechanic of moving around, dropping the void zones. This is a little bit like Heroic Lich King in effect. Each dragon will only do 2 abilities at any time through the phase, and that's really it. So once you've mastered the ability, it's quite an easy rinse and repeat phase. There's not really much else to say about that, apart from that in the transition phase after this, Valiona is going to be doing a Deep Breath from the air. Deep Breath will either be cast on the right side of the room, the middle of the room, or the left side of the room. So it's important to assign someone in vent to be calling out where they are, so that the raid can move out of Deep Breath, because it's going to cause a lot of damage. But essentially, it's just a case of dealing with all of these mechanics over and over again and rinse and repeat. As long as you can keep your raid communicating to vent and stacked, you'll find this encounter quite easy to beat. This was one of our first kills. As you'll notice, it's pretty messy. I think I actually died in it and we 9-man the rest of the encounter. As you can see, Val's just dropped down again, so we're going to get ready for Blackout. We need to stack on his bottom in effect, and it needs to be dispelled quite quickly, but not before everyone's there, because you need to share that 350k damage between everyone. Immediately spread back out, but then get close to the boss, because it's quite a quick cast time after that before she casts Devouring Flames. See, I'm in a position here, I'm caught, I can't really do much, and I don't know how I survived that, to be honest. It's probably interesting to say that there's always just going to be 2 blackouts and 2 deep breaths, so just keep communicating with vent and remember that they're pretty soon after one another. We should be getting ready for the next blackout now. We all must stack as quickly as possible on the skull. DBM will automatically mark the affected person with a skull, so don't worry about that. Get back out, get ready for Devouring Flames. Remember, in the phase transition now, you're going to be dealing with Dazzling Destruction, so just don't stand in the pink swirlies. Okay, so blackouts, I mean, we need to get in real quick and dispel this. This one's quite close. There's a really good example of why you should be stacking when theralion comes down and dealing with the Twilight Meteorite. As you can see, I wasn't stacked, so I let my raid down. We've got the Paladin moving out of the raid there with Dazzling Destruction. He can heal twice as much, but he's been clever and made sure he's not affecting his raid members. As you can see, this was a particularly messy kill for us, but a lot of fun. I would suggest that Bloodlust should be saved for the last 25% of this encounter. It's not essential, but it will just help because your healers will probably be exhausted in mana by that point, and that will obviously help them. Okay, well that's about all the tips I've got. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon.